Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. I'd like us to go back and look at a subject that most people don't want to think about when it comes to the work of God, and that's a little word called focus. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, Jesus answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." Now, yes, of course, he came to save the whole world. But the focus of his ministry for this period of time was only on the lost sheep of Israel. Yes, he died for the sins of all mankind, but the focus of his ministry was to the lost sheep of Israel. Now, brothers and sisters, if companies were run like most churches are run today, companies would go bankrupt. They could never grow. I talked to the pastor one time and I said, "Well, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm very, very busy." I said, "Well, tell me what you do." He said, "Well, Monday's my day off." I said, "That's good." He said, "Tuesday I have the Ministerial Association meeting. Wednesday I have the compassion meeting with a group of other churches where we do benevolence work. And then Wednesday night I have service." He said, "Thursday I meet with a group of pastors and we have a time of prayer together. Friday is another day where I work with this other church out in the province. Saturday I get ready for the services on Sunday and Sunday service." And I looked at him and I said, "Your church is never going to grow." He said, "Why?" And I said, "Because you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're very busy, but you're very unfocused." Now, Jesus came to save the whole world, just like the Great Commission calls us to go into all the world and preach the gospel. But Jesus was focused for this period of his life on the lost sheep of Israel. Paul said that the focus of his ministry was on the Gentiles. The focus on Peter's ministry was the Jews, and more specifically the dispersed Jews have been dispersed in the Jewish communities around the Roman world at that time. Each one of these men knew that if you're going to be successful, it's not just a matter of hard work, it's learning to focus. A man walked up to me one day, he said, "Pastor Sumrall," he said, you don't participate in anything going on in the city." I said, "We most certainly do." But I said, "You have to understand, God didn't call me to do everybody else's work. God called me to do the one thing he asked me to do, and that was to pastor the Cathedral of Praise. And I'm very happy doing that." If I went to every ministerial fellowship and every ministerial association, I would never get done what God asked me to do. We have to learn to be focused. As a Connect Group leader, you can't run 10 Connect Groups. You focus on one Connect Group. As a businessman, you can't focus on building everybody else's businesses. You have to focus on your business. Yes, you help people. Yes, I understand. I'm not talking about being, isolationist. I'm talking about being focused, and there is a huge difference. Now, I want to challenge you today, whether it's your work in the church, whether it's your business, whether it's your career. Are you a hard worker? Are you a hard worker who's focused? It's not enough to work hard. You have to work hard in a focused fashion. Learn to be like Jesus and be focused on one particular group of people that you're trying to reach. Yes, eventually you can touch a whole world, but first you have to finish the focus.